Good afternoon. Welcome to Yours Truthfully. This is an introduction to a new program, and the theme is the insidious growth of questionable news. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Yours Truthfully. I'm Elizabeth Caldwell, and this show is dedicated to something simple but increasingly rare: clarity. Each week, we'll take a moment to slow down, breathe, and look at the stories swirling around us with a little more calm and a lot more, common sense. Because in a world full of noise, sometimes the truth needs a microphone. Today, I want to talk to you about something that affects every one of us, whether we realize it or not: the insidious growth of questionable news. We live in a time where headlines travel faster than facts, when emotion spreads faster than information, and when a story doesn't have to be true, it just has to be shareable. Older adults, especially, are targeted by this kind of content, not because we're gullible, but because we were raised in a world where news sources were trustworthy by default. We grew up believing that if something was printed, aired, or announced, it had been checked, verified, vetted. That world is gone. Today, anyone with a keyboard can publish a headline. Anyone with a website can call themselves, quote, news, unquote. And anyone with an agenda can dress misinformation up as truth. So how do we protect ourselves? Here's a simple 3-step test I use. 1, pause. If a headline makes you angry, scared, or shocked, that's intentional. Emotional manipulation is the first red flag. 2, check the source. Is it a real news organization or a site you've never heard of? 3, verify. Look for the same story on at least 2 reputable outlets. If no one else is reporting it, there's a reason. This isn't about politics. This isn't about size. And this is about protecting your mind, your peace, and your ability to make informed decisions. Now it's time for our weekly questionable news spotlight. A quick look at a headline that's been circulating online. This week's claim: 50 countries must pay $15,000 to visit the United States. Verdict: false. This headline came from an aggregator site that recycles sensational stories to drive clicks. No such policy exists. No such fee exists. And no, 50 countries are not being charged $15,000 to enter the U.S. The takeaway: if a headline sounds outrageous, it probably is. Thank you for joining me for this first episode of Yours Truthfully. If you come across a questionable headline, please send it my way. rollerbladetruth@gmail.com. I love to feature it in a future episode. You can find the podcast summary and links on our newsletter found at passionworldtalkradio.com / and then look down for Envision XR. It's a tab. Click on it. A box drops down where you'll see Daily Bread. It's in there. Download the newsletter. And if you'd like to help us keep the headlights on and the heater or the AC running, consider donating $5 at passionworldtalkradio.com / donations. Until next time, this is Elizabeth Caldwell signing off. Yours truthfully.